Good morning to all, and today we are going to discuss about our fourth lesson in this 22nd block. Our fourth lesson name is contraction and expansion. And in the previous class we were discussing about the heating, what does happens to the three states of matter when it's heating and cooling. Okay, and this one also related to that heating and cooling. Okay, so if we consider any states of matter, whenever this object or any kinds of solids, liquid or gaseous object, when it is heating time, that volume will increases. Okay, so as a result it will expand. Okay, the various objects, when we are heating time, they will expand, and cooling time they will contract. Contract means decrease in size, which means that when we consider about or when we are taking water in a beaker like this, that particle will arrange. Okay, when we heating here, then it becomes gaseous form. Okay, so that time these particles are, or tiny particles are far away. Why? When we are heating time, these tiny particles are getting energy, so they will move apart or one place to another. As a result, that distance between, means in gases we know that that liquids become means when the liquid become gases, when we are heating it. Okay, at that time if the molecule is total, here it is 4 molecule, and if we consider this side for like this, that volume increases. This is expansion. Okay, and when any kinds of objects that we are cooling, so that time it will contract. Okay, expansion and contraction. Expansion means increasing volume by heating, and contraction means decreasing volume by heating. In this lesson, its main aim to differentiate between contraction and expansion. So that much only, mainly about this contraction and expansion. Any kinds of matter, when we are heating time, it will expand, which means its volume increases, and that means the tiny particles are get more energy while heating, so they can move from one place to another easily. And when they are cooling time, so what will happen? This gas, if we are cooling time, this particle will come closer, then it becomes liquid. Okay, and its example is already in your textbook. You can see one diagram of thermometer, and in thermometer we are using a liquid. Which liquid we are using? Mercury. And in mercury thermometer, usually we are using it to measure our body temperature. Okay, and this mercury that present in the bulb of the thermometer, and when we place into a person, he or she is suffering from fever, so that time the level of mercury, in this picture you can see that level of mercury, that yellow colored, that dark color is there, that about 40 about nearby 41 you can see here. Okay, so which means that what we need to consider, that increasing temperature or increasing temperature, that mercury from the bulb of the thermometer, it rises. Okay, and at the same time another example also given. It is difficult to open a bottle of jam when in winter season, and why does it happens? Because in that time, because of that cooling, that it will be contract, that lid. Okay, so that becomes contract, and when we heat or if we supply heat to that bottle, so that particular place, so it will expand, then we can easily remove its cap. Okay, so that's all about contraction and expansion. Contraction and expansion means that it mainly happens in these three states of matter. In applications level, about contraction and expansion you will learn in higher classes. So contraction means that an object which is cooling time, its volume will decrease, that is considered as contraction, and if any object that we are heating time, it will expand. Okay, that size or volume increases, and its example. So that's all. Now we can discuss our worksheet. And as usual, today's class also we will discuss 3 lessons, because when we are coming the end of the chapters and all, no, so that time that content is very less. Okay, so that's why we are taking like this way. And at the same time, in the case in this worksheet S4, we will solve only one question and answer. If you need further answers and all, you can ask, but for your easy purpose, because in a day 3 subjects are there, no, so you have to attend only one question. So first question itself in S4, write whether the air in the balloon will expand or contract when we A. Put an inflated balloons in a tub filled cold water. Okay, that cold water, it is inflated balloon, so air is present inside it, right? Yes. So if we are placing their cold water, so that time what will happen? That cold water will cool the air, so that balloon become contract, or you can write their shrinking, or according to our chapter you can write their contract. Okay, then put an inflated balloons in a tub filled with warm water. In warm water it heated, so what will happen? It expand. So you can write there expand. Okay, and now we can discuss our 20. We can start our 23rd block. Our 23rd block name is rocks and minerals. 23rd block, its name is rocks and minerals. Okay, rocks and minerals is our next lesson, and in this next block name is rocks and minerals. In the first lesson we will discuss about properties of rocks. First lesson name is properties of rocks. In this lesson we are mainly going to define what is rock and what is its speciality, whether it is which state of matter, solids, either solids, liquids or gases. Okay, so when we are considering about this rock, it is in the form of solids. It is in the form of solid. This rock we can see everywhere around us. Okay, this rock can see in our surroundings. Okay. And what is rock? Rock is naturally formed solid found in Earth's surface, which we can see in the Earth's surface. Okay, and how does this rock is made up of? Okay, and in this picture also you can see that the rock means before that you should understand the surface or Earth's surface. Okay, that means this Earth's crust is made up of rocks. You can see in this picture that earth crust, that means the surface of earth, it is made with what? Rocks, or earth's crust is made with rocks, and these rocks are in different shapes and size. We can see the rocks which are sand, silts, pebbles and all, and mainly the core of the earth, that means the center of the earth, that means inner part, the temperature will be much more. Okay, so that is considered as that there these rocks will be present there. It is in molten state. Molten state means not liquid and not solid, means in the mixture of liquid and solid is considered as molten rocks. Okay, then mainly about the texture, shape, color and size of these rocks are studied by geologists. Geologists who studied about the texture, size and shape of the rocks. Okay, then the various kinds. Now we can discuss the hardness, strength, and identify the group of them. Means these rocks are divided in various types. Okay, so in the first lesson, the properties of rocks we are only discussing. It's how does it forms and all. Okay, so mainly these rocks are formed at the some of the natural disasters. For example, at the time of volcano eruption, when we are considering time, if we consider this most sample, if we consider the rocks are hard and some of the cases are given, and when we are considering about various rocks, these rocks are mainly different kinds of rocks are there that we will discuss in our second lesson. When we consider about these rocks, properties of rocks, they are hard, solid structures, and it is how does it form, its formation and all we will discuss afterwards. And its speciality means that we can see everywhere that earth crust, it is actually made with rocks. Okay, and that's all about the first lesson, properties of rocks. That rocks is a form of solid and it is very hard structure, and the people, those who have studies about the texture, strength, size, color, and the types of, identify which types of rocks, for them we can call geologists. They are studies, they study about these rocks. Okay, and these rocks are present or present in our atmosphere or available in atmosphere in various forms like different shapes, size, color, and all. Okay, and our next lesson is types of rocks. Okay, these rocks are mainly divided into three types. Okay, that are igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. Rocks are divided into three types, that are igneous rocks, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic rocks. Okay, when we consider about the types of rocks, rocks are divided into three types, that is very important: igneous, sedimentary rocks, and metamorphic. These are the various types of rocks. First we can discuss about this igneous rock. How does the igneous rocks forms? In your textbook you can see the examples of types of, that means igneous rocks. Here granite and pumice, here it is given. And this word meaning of igneous is actually made from fire. And how does this igneous rocks forms? When a volcano erupts, we all knows about the volcano eruption. When the volcano erupts, the magma come out of the earth's surface. The hot material cools down and become hard to form igneous rocks. Okay. Then these common examples are granite, basalts, and pumice. And these granite are formed when magma cools slowly inside the earth crust and it is hard. And pumice is the formed by lava flows out and cools. It has pores and light in weight. When we are considering about this earth, means at the time of volcanic eruption, this hot molten magma, hot molten state of rock, that is considered as magma, which coming out and it cools down, and when it cooling time what will happen means normally it is present inside the earth, there will be more heat. When it's come out, the outside the surface, that temperature is less, right, compared to the inside. So what will happen, they will become cool. If the liquid or molten rocks or that magma, it is an fluid, means that we can consider not completely solid, not completely liquid, mixture of solid and liquid. When it come out of the surface, so what will happen, it will cools down. Okay, and that we can consider as two way. some of the cases this magma cools down and it became a hard rocks that is considered as granite. And in the case of pumice, formation of pumice, that means lava cools down and form pumice, and that is lighter and that much only, means that difference. And second type is sedimentary rocks. And how does this sedimentary rocks formed? Okay, the rain, snow, wind and running water break the rocks into small particles. That small particles are considered as sediments, and these are settles down. Okay, when these are settled down at the bottom of river, lake and oceans, then the layers of rocks it created. That layers of rocks by form when it's the sediments is settles down in the water bodies, that is considered as sedimentary rocks. And its examples are sandstone, shale, limestone, chalk, coal and oak. And sandstone is made from grains of sand and limestone is made from shell. Okay, so that's all about sedimentary rocks. Sedimentary rocks means that the rains, snow or running water, that means these are natural phenomena. Okay, so that time it breaks the rocks into small particles, and these small particles can carried by the water at the running water and all, and it settles down in the water bodies. As a result, it will take much years for its formation. As a result, a layers of air formed. That layers of soil, that particular sediments, layers of sediments is considered as sedimentary rocks. And these sedimentary rocks compared to our igneous rocks, they are somewhat soft. Okay, then next one is metamorphic rocks. When we consider about metamorphic rocks, it is actually formed, means it is the combination. Metamorphic rocks are actually, it's the combination of sedimentary and igneous rocks that we can see now under certain condition. That means at a high pressure and temperature, these igneous and sedimentary rocks under the ground, the rocks change to metamorphic rocks. And in this picture also you can see that metamorphic rocks example is right side, that means gneiss. It is pronounced as gneiss, G-N-E-I-S-S, gneiss, quartzite, marble. These are the metamorphic rocks, and these metamorphic rocks are actually formed from the igneous or sedimentary rocks. In this picture you can see that gneiss you can see, and it is formed by the granite. Okay, so that means that granite is produced by the gneiss under high temperature and pressure. This granite is an igneous rocks. Then it squeeze and form gneiss. Then sandstone, and sandstone also we know that sandstone is an sedimentary rocks. Under high temperature and pressure, it having some deformation, then it become quartzite. Okay, then limestone, it's also convert to marble under certain condition of pressure and temperature. Okay, so that's all about the types of rock. Are you clear? There are the second lesson is somewhat it is bigger. Second lesson we learned about the types of rocks. Types of rocks are mainly, we are categorizing the rocks in different types on the basis of their formation. And first we discussed about igneous rocks. Igneous rocks are actually formed at the earth crust, means the sudden cooling of lava or magma will give igneous rocks like pumice, granite, basalt and all are the examples. You should learn the examples also, each and every and the definition of igneous rocks and examples. Not only igneous rocks, each and every types. Okay, and second type is sedimentary rocks. Under certain condition, the rocks breaks into tiny particles and that is considered as sediments, and this sediment settles in the water bodies. Then it creates a layers of rocks. sediment rocks. So that in some years later it becomes a hard structure that is considered as sedimentary rocks. Its examples are limestone, sandstone, coal and all its example. In coal case we already discussed that it is a non-renewable source of energy and it takes much more time for its formation. Okay. Then metamorphic rocks. Metamorphic rocks is actually the combination or converted form of sedimentary and igneous rocks, and mainly it is formed by the under certain high temperature and pressure. These sedimentary or igneous rocks deformed or they are having a transformation, then it can produce as an metamorphic rocks. And you should learn, if it is given this gneiss is formed from dashed rock, gneiss is formed from granite, so that correctly you should learn how does this gneiss form, from which rock it formed. Okay. And sandstone, limestone, marble and each and everything, means that 3 examples only you need to learn. Okay. So that's all about our first and second lesson. First lesson of this 23rd block, we were discussing about properties of rock. Properties of rocks means that this rock, our earth crust is actually made with rock, and these rocks are hard structure and it we can see around us. Okay. And they are having, these rocks are different in shape, size and all, and the person who or the people, those who are studies or doing the studies about this the strength, color and composition and all those things about the rocks, for them we can consider as geologists. And these rocks are mainly, it is in the form of which state of matter? Solid state of matter. Now we can discuss our workbook. In our workbook, first question, S1 first question only we need to solve. What are rocks? Rocks are hard structure and it is present in the surface of earth. Okay. And in what form do we find them? Solid form. Okay. That's all about first worksheet. And second worksheet, types of rocks. Here in this picture you can see formation of igneous rocks and formation of sedimentary rocks. And here it is, you can see obsidian, basalt, granite. These all are the means various kinds of igneous rocks, and sedimentary rocks also here you can see. So which type of rocks do you think this is? That means first question. And how is the rocks formed? And in the first question it is igneous rock. Type only here it is asked, not name. Okay, so you can write there igneous rocks and why or how is the rocks formed. Okay, and this we can easily identify it is igneous rocks because igneous rocks are dark colored or black and dark colored. This is not in your textbook, it is for extra. That means igneous rocks are mainly they are black or dark colored rock. Okay, and how is the rocks formed? It is formed by the sudden cooling of magma or lava. It is considered as, it is made with sudden cooling of magma and lava. This magma and lava, that inner part of the molten rock is considered as magma, and the cooling of this magma provides lava. Okay, no need of learning its definition and all. You just remember the name magma and lava. And it is formed by, this igneous rocks are formed by the cooling of magma and lava. If the rock is formed by the cooling of magma, it is somewhat harder or somewhat stronger than the cooling of lava. Okay, so that's all about our first and second lesson of 23rd, and we learned about expansion and contraction of our 22nd lesson. And expansion and contraction means that if we heat an object it will expand, if we cool an object it will contract. That's enough, you have to learn some examples. Okay, so now that's all about today's class. You have to complete the first question in S4 of 22nd block, and S1, S2 first question also you have to complete. Okay, so that's all about today's class. Thank you and have a nice day.